Finally ate some ramen. To be honest, the Henny did me better than the ramen did. Fucking sick. I just want to smoke a blunt and forget all of it. Then again, I want to remember all the shit. The times he kept me straight, the times he gave me an eighth. Cause I couldn't cope, bro. Stayed faithful as fuck and didn't judge. I can't fake funk. But I am scared to embrace it too. I want to be rude, get fucked up and stay in my own room cause it's safe and no one cares and I'm to myself and I let the music blare. I'm angry and no amount of do this or that will save me. Cancer is a symptom of this capitalist bullshit and I refuse to submit like he didn't. Why am I crying? I know he's watching, but he's not here when he should be. Okay, I'm angry, no weed, I'ma fucking punch a wall to push and see how far I can go without taking hold of anything. Just let go. Feel nothing. I want to feel nothing, but then I always end up feeling something. Why bother? Cause everyone either cares too much or not enough, and I'm tired of being caught in a rut. I want a clean slate, fresh fade, new changes made to rearrange my happy and pessimism, whatever that is. I just am saying the coping mechanisms I have aren't working, so I have resorted to nothing but tapping my feet, biting my nails. That's the only thing that calms me. Without the tree or Henny, I feel too much. Again, I want to feel nothing, because it's too real.
Good morning. You are tuned in to the Urban Conservative. It is Motivational Monday. I'm Chaz Neal, activist based out of Minneapolis, Minnesota. Today with me is my co-host and executive producer, Jontel Tolan.
Yo, Grand Rising, everybody. Good morning. Thank you for having me, Chaz. You already know what it is. And happy Halloween for some of you who do celebrate. Hope you're keeping your cavities away.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Right. Hope you keep the Jeffrey Dahmers away, too.
That too. Talk about
it. We are being brought to you today by the Leon Block Independent Media. We are all about transparency, truth, and accountability. The Urban Conservative is all about the news on the streets, gun violence, crime, politics, and how we solve our community's most hardest issues. How do we change our communities for the better? Let's get back to family, community, foundational roots. Let's make sure nobody gets left behind. Shut up and help. I always like to start off the day with quotes. Today is Motivational Monday. So definitely always like to start off with something fresh. Uh, and today there is no. This one is an anonymous quote. Um, but success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts.
Mm-hmm.
I want people to remember that we path our own future. We can't let our past, because it's the past. We have to get past that. That's why it's called the past. But today, go ahead.
I like to say that everyone says, you know, I stay in my own lane. Why are you still on the highway with other cars and lanes on a road that you know the destination, you know where it's going, but why not forge your own path to your own destination? You know what I'm saying? Like,
big facts, and that's what people don't even understand. Is like we get put into a box,
yeah,
and you know, people like to say, "Oh, you're a product of your environment." Well, that was the only product in my environment. I'm sorry. What else was I supposed to be? Because that's the only thing they were selling over here. You know what I'm saying? So it's like people don't understand. It's like everybody's environment is different. You know, everybody's success looks different. Everybody's failures look different. Somebody else's failure might be my success. And their success might be my failure. Right. So we have to look at it differently and to have that courage to get through anything and to continue, because at the end of the day, life is a journey and there's going to be bumps and bruises, and it's how you bounce back from them what makes you to be the person that you are today. Because I'll be honest, and I'm something that's really dear to me today is the topic that we're talking about, hoodwinked. Because I feel like my people, and when I mean my people, I'm talking about Black people, are hoodwinked a lot. And how do we get past that when you have so many? You're fighting a system that has all the money, has all the power, and has all the control. How do you get past that? You educate as much as you can. No matter what because I'll never be silenced. Regardless who disagrees with me, who agrees with me, I will never be silenced. Because there is nothing that this system, and when I mean this system, I'm talking about white supremacy. There ain't nothing that it can do to me that it hasn't already done except kill me. That's the only way it's going to keep me silent. I've been in their jail cells. I've been beat by the police. You know what I'm saying? So there ain't nothing that they can take from me. And what I mean by any means necessary, we should really mean it, because we're being hoodwinked right now. And it's ridiculous to me. And that's what we're going to talk about today is hoodwinked. Because there's a lot of shit going on in America. A lot, not only just in Minnesota, because I'm going to talk about some Minnesota things too. But right now we're going to talk about something that right now really people shouldn't be talking about. And no, it's something that we should be talking about. But honestly, in a different form and fashion. Because why are we getting on Kanye West? We could get on him about George Floyd a little bit, you know, but we're not getting on MPD, who still have officers that were training Derek Chauvin.
Talk about it.
We're not talking about the fact that, and I'm only bringing this up for context right now, but we're not talking about the fact that Brooklyn Center is out there re-traumatizing the Wright family right now. And don't nobody want to talk about that, but I'm going to talk about that later. But we want to talk about something that is factual, and because a system, and what I mean by mainstream media, is pushing out a narrative right now that Kyrie Irving is promoting Semitic. Well, he posted a link about a documentary of proof of history that Black people are Jews, and you got Rolling Stone saying it's anti-Semitic. Kyrie didn't even mention a word, just posted the link to the documentary. How is it anti-Semitic? It's on Amazon.
Well, the thing is, like, because the way that they classify, I guess, that word is different than what we think of as, like, it's. Look, I don't even want to. You go ahead, brother.
Because I just don't understand it. Like,
it's kind of like
it's owned by Jeff Bezos, a white man. Right. I don't understand. I'm trying to see if I can see anything about his religion, because Jewish isn't a culture. It's not a race, it's a religion. Yeah, I just don't, man. I don't see it. But he's probably Jewish.
To me, is that, like, people just assume that, like, there are no Black Jewish people. Like,
right.
There are not any.
They don't even know what Semitic means, or it's like we have to understand something before we can speak on something. You know what I'm saying? It's
comment like, about Ye related to what you're speaking about. They put a YouTube link. Okay. Commenter, can you DM us that link and we can go ahead and check it out to see what you're talking about? Sorry about that, Chaz. Go ahead.
No, you're good. I was actually looking for here it is. I found it. I'm sending it right now. A video of Kyrie explaining in an interview about the post, the tweet. No, we will listen to it. Do you know how long it is, Arden?
Okay. Kyrie shuts down a hack reporter.
Promote something that Alex Jones said.
That was a few weeks ago. I do not stand with Alex Jones' position, narrative, court case that he had with Sandy Hook, or any of the kids that felt like they had to relive trauma, or parents that had to relive trauma, or to be dismissive to all the lives that were lost during that tragic event. My post was a post from Alex Jones that he did in the early 90s or late 90s about secret societies in America of occults. And it's true. So I wasn't identifying with anything of being a campaignist for Alex Jones or anything. I'm just there to post. And it's funny, and it's actually hilarious, because out of all the things I posted that day, that was the one post that everyone chose to see.
Of course.
It just goes back to the way our world is and works. I'm not here to complain about it. I just exist.
Mm-hmm. And to follow up on the promotion of
about it,
the movie and the book.
Can you please stop calling it a promotion? What am I promoting?
Put it out on your platform.
But I'm promoting it? Do you see me in front of
putting it out there, people are going to say that you are
promoting. Put it out there, just like you put things out there, right?
Yeah, but it's not.
You put things out there for a living, right?
Right, but my stuff
is
not.
So let's move on.
Filled
let's
with
move on.
Anti-Semitic.
Let's
stuff.
move on. Don't dehumanize me up here.
I'm not doing that.
Another
You're free
human being.
to post.
I can post whatever I want. So say that and shut it down and move on to the next question.
Kyrie, you have to understand that.
I don't have to understand anything from you.
It's not me.
Nothing.
By
no people that you're making up, bro. Move on.
But by posting
move
what
on.
you
Next
did,
question.
Anybody
do you guys have any more questions?
And they're going to say,
you guys have any more questions? Because this is going to be a clip. This is going to be a clip that he's going to marvel at. Is this any more questions?
But you're not answering the question.
It's another answering your question. Oh my God, let's make another Instagram clip so we could be famous again. Next question.
Kyrie, basketball related.
Wow. Yo. Shut that down. Like, look.
Definitely did. And so I went to Twitter while that video was playing and just put in a search in the search bar Hebrews to Negroes, which is the documentary that is, I guess, causing a shitstorm. But this person puts in there, I'm 2 hours into From Negroes to Hebrews, and I haven't seen any hate speech yet. All I see are facts. Things that I was neither taught nor studied in Sunday school, youth ministry, missions, seminary, and during my time as a minister before attending law schools. Blacks have suffered for a reason. But for me, I don't even understand it. It's how can people, and Arden, we do have the link to that too. And before we get into Tariq Nasheed, I want to play that link from Arden. I did send it to you.
Yep.
You know.
ADL has jumped on. Now the ADL has jumped on Kanye West because he said black people don't have the same level of connections as Jewish people. Black people don't have the same connection as oil people, quote. Did he lie? No, he told the truth. And the ADL, Mr. Foxman, issued a press release on the 2nd day of December 2013. And this executive director said, quote, if the comments are true as reported, this is classic anti-Semitism. There it goes again. The age-old canard that Jews are all powerful. No, you're not all powerful, but you certainly are powerful. And you control the levels of government. You don't want to admit it. But as a celebrity, you're telling Kanye West he should know better. He does know better, and that's why he said what he said. Then you said to him, we hope that he would take responsibility for his words, understand why they are so offensive, and apologize to those he has offended. You know what, Mr. Foxman? I wish you and I could have a dialogue. You wouldn't put that small time stuff over on me that you put on scared to death Negroes, that if they mention Jew and you call them anti-Semitic, they start bowing to you and your pressure. Kanye West, don't bow to the pressure to apologize to anybody. You said nothing wrong. Who are you, Farrakhan, to tell him that he said nothing wrong? I am directly from the Christ and the Messiah. So what I tell you has more weight than anything that these enemies might want to say. You have nothing to apologize for. It is their fear of the truth. And that's why it gives me pleasure to defend my brother.
So who? No, and you know, I'm glad you just said that, Arden, because I was just about to read the definition of Semitic. Semitic is relating to or denoting a family of languages that include Hebrew, Arabic, Aramic, and certain ancient languages such as Phoenician and Akkadian, constituting the main subgroup of Afro-Asiatic family.
Afro-Asiatic, yep.
Yep. So, and now I go because I didn't know what Afro was either. So I Googled that, and it's North Africa, Western Asia, Horn of Africa, Selah, and Malta.
Mhm.
So I don't see no Jewish countries in there. That's like,
Well, the Horn of Africa, you've got Ethiopia, if I believe it.
Somalia,
Yeah, there's Jewish populations there.
Yemen.
Yep.
But I mean, like, I'd see a lot of African countries, though.
This thing is like subjective, and people pick and choose what, this is my opinion, what they deem as anti-Semitic or not. And I think that
It's
It's-
white people telling us what's okay and what's not okay. Let's really get to the fucking point.
talk about it, brother. Talk about it.
Let's really get to it, because that's all it is white people telling us what's okay and what's not okay. I'm tired, but motherfuckers want to call people a sellout. Like, I don't understand that. Like, that's the whole thing that trips me out, because what about Jaheim McMillan? What about Jaheim McMillan? But y'all niggas still going to Family Dollar. Y'all still going to Family Dollar. What about Jalen Walker?
We supposed to be boycotting Family Dollar right now.
Right. But niggas want to go out and kick it. Shouldn't have been all that fighting going on Saturday night at the Gay 90s downtown in Minneapolis. There shouldn't have been no shootings Halloween. Man, I don't even know anymore. There ain't none, I guess. There ain't none. Yeah, Eric can too. Yeah.
That's the thing, Arden. I think that's everyone's question, especially black people's question. Because if we were to pull the same shit, they say, "Oh, you're just overreacting, or you're making out of nothing." What are you talking about? I don't see any racism.
That's the whole thing of it, is because CNN ran a story, and I'm like, but was nobody talking about the Phoenix Suns owner when his racist ass, or even the LA Clippers, Donald Sterling. Like, but we ain't gonna talk about that shit because they're white.
Mm-hmm.
We don't talk about Jerry Jones, who still owns an NFL team. Yeah, they don't, man. I don't have no conversation. Oh yeah, Family Dollar. I'll definitely will send you a link. Yeah, so Family Dollar is where Jaheim McMillan was murdered by the Gulfport, Mississippi Police Department. Family Dollar has the surveillance video footage of the shooting, but said they released the video to the family, and the family never got it.
Mm.
So there's a protest. So I haven't gone to Family Dollar in a while. So I really try to stay away from certain things. So that wasn't hard for me anyways.
Right.
So it's really about standing up, because we're standing up for white people right now, and that's what the whole thing of it is. We're literally showing that white lives matter more than black lives, because we're sticking up more for white people than we are for our own people.
Talk about it, brother.
Like, I don't understand that shit. Like, what is racism? What is anti-Semitic? Because when you read Semitic, when I see that, I look at me, I look at you, I look at Kyrie, I look at Kanye. Right? Now, when I see a racist, what is really racist?
Right.
Because it's white people telling us what is and what isn't. Let's be honest. It's white people telling us, again, what we are and what we aren't. And that's how it's always been. With school, that's how it's always been.
Pinkies up.
All right, Mag in the
chat. Speaking of, excuse me, you can catch our show T randomly with Chaz, Meg, and me
So
And go ahead, brother.
no, you're good. I know I was stuck for a minute because I wanted to read this quote, and it's from. So this is from the book Hebrews to Negroes.
Oh yeah.
During slavery, they made us hate ourselves for being black as if it was a curse because of the curse of Canaan story. So as we got older, it was the norm to love our slave masters' children. We watched our children get sold into slavery and we watched them starve. We nursed their babies while our babies died. We took care of the master's house chores and the master's family while our family was in turmoil. We watched their children go off to school while our children died in the streets. We learned to love the image of a white savior because we were taught that black skin was ugly and a curse. We went from watching cartoons with white princesses and princes to watching TV sitcoms where whites dominated the cast. As a result, we wanted our hair to look straight like the princesses we saw on TV or the girl that was liked by all the boys. This mental brainwashing was a key in the process of erasing our true identity. Oftentimes, growing up, I wonder that if the original man and woman were white, then where did black people come from?
Mm-hmm.
We gotta really think about it.
People don't stop and think about it.
No,
Start thinking about it before you open your mouth and start saying ignorant things.
we have
Think
to
about
educate.
that's right. Educate to liberate.
Right. That's the only way we do this. Because if people knew, but see, you're gonna have people like my son General, you're gonna have people like Tamika Mallory, these so-called woke black people. But instead of calling it what it really is, they're not going to, because you don't bite the hand that feeds you. You listen to what massa tells you and shut the fuck up and go on your way. And that's what we see. That's why I can't wait to get past November 8th. So that these Negroes out here that are really for the people can really start being for the people again and not have to worry about the white man all the time.
Right.
I'm gonna be 100% honest. So these motherfuckers can get up off their knees. Tired of this shit. Our babies are dying, man.
Talk about it, bro.
Dying, and then people going to the polls talking a word about abortion. Let's worry about the babies that are already out here.
Talk about it.
Y'all worried about babies that ain't even here. Some shoulda, woulda, couldas. You know, and that's the crazy thing, because all these people that are out here talking about for women rights, where y'all at for kid rights? Because I see a lot of mothers right now that their babies have issues and can't even get home health aides.
Talk about it.
Can't get the help that they need for their children. But y'all really want to talk about saving our babies? Let's save the ones that are already out here that need it. Y'all really want to do something like that? What about y'all? I thought parenting was a woman's right. I thought a child growing to their full potential was a woman's right. So what are we really out here fighting for, man? Because I ain't trying to hear nothing about no abortion. I'm not trying to hear about no climate. If it ain't got to do with about homeless, education, public safety, mental health, food, we ain't got nothing to fucking talk about until abortion is on the ballot. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter who's on the ballot, because we're still going to be out there protesting, because we do that now, regardless if you vote blue or red. Because we're still going to have red on the streets. Still going to have red on the streets. Doesn't matter if we vote Ellison. Doesn't matter if we vote for Biden again. Doesn't matter if we vote for Trump or DeSantis, whoever the Republican candidate is going to be. We're still going to have the same bullshit on the streets. Even if we get rid of AOC, the squad, Stacey Abrams, whoever it is, we're still gonna have to be boots on the ground, because with the people who say that they're our allies, we still got to be boots on the ground because we don't get shit from them now. So who's racist? When the people that say they're our allies, but yet, oh, we can't do this, we can't do that, we can't do this, we can't do that. What can you do?
Facts.
Because all I feel like they're doing is like, oh, well, I can give you, well, if you give me that cheeseburger today, I can give you a couple dollars on Tuesday. Nigga, what? No, why don't you give me the money? I'm giving you the product now. That's how I feel, bro.
Right.
Like, why don't we keep on voting for these people, but they don't give us no product.
Right.
They give us no results, but we keep on voting them in. I don't understand it. But they want to talk shit about Donald Trump, or they want to talk about, which I don't even like Donald Trump, but they are Kanye West or Kyrie Irving, but y'all won't get on the people that are out here actually have it on their platforms. Jeff Bezos. Or y'all don't get on YouTube. You know, everybody want to get on Kanye or Noriega, but what about Joe Rogan? His shit, his videos are still up. I don't. Oh wait, whoops. He white, so he right. My bad.
Talk about it.
He white, so he right. My bad. But because we got that skin tone, we get canceled. We get censored because the white man tells them to. Yeah, I'm talking about it. Just like with this Elon Musk shit, everybody freaking out on Twitter. Oh my God, niggers being the N-words going, the use is going up. What? So what? It's been going up on the streets daily. Now y'all want to talk about Twitter?
See, that's the thing though. Like, I don't think there's nearly as much people talking about Elon Musk and Twitter as they are Kanye and Parler. I hate to keep going back to Kanye, but it's not Kanye that I'm talking about. It's the point that I'm proving. You know what I'm saying? Of, you know, the one rich black man that they can pin down for things, compared to all the tons of rich white men that they
Jeffrey Epstein.
Right.
Or grab him by the grab him by the pee.
Mm-hmm.
We just let them do civil suits. We don't want no justice. You know, or what about all these Catholic priests out here stealing these churches, molesting kids?
Yep.
Oh, whoops! We ain't supposed to talk about that. Are all these politicians out here stealing money from our kids, buying houses, making sure they good? But we're gonna vote for them again.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna vote for them again. I don't see nobody getting on the maker of the costumes for Jeffrey Dahmer, who was traumatizing and brutalizing black people. I don't even see nobody throwing a fit that people are dressing up as the dude that attacked Nancy Pelosi husband.
That part, yeah.
That's cool though, you know what I'm saying?
Nobody's outraged about that.
Man, you dress up as Hitler, oh, you racist.
Black man though.
Right.
Let's attack the black man who clearly has issues of some sort, whether you want to believe it or not. That's his business. He needs help. Or friends. I don't know, but it's not my business.
But you know what I'm saying? Because like beyond him saying that he had a mental illness, nobody would have known.
Really?
You know what I'm saying?
Can't tell.
No, I mean, not like honestly though, like I don't know that man personally. I get to see how he is on social media. I don't get to see him actually in person.
Right.
Because I know honestly, people like to go like, for me, social media is, I'm not going to say it's a persona, because what you hear is what you see and what you hear is what you get. I'm no different on here than I am in real life. Right. Because to me, I want this to be real life. I don't want this to be virtual reality, because
exactly
shit that we're going through is real. I want people to understand that the rapes, the homeless, the drugs, the shit's real, man. It's not no fucking joke anymore. This isn't shit that is just going to go away. We can go back to normal, because we got to figure out a better way. And before I get too long, We're going to take a short commercial break. So we'll be right back in a few. And when we get back, we're going to talk about Hoodwinked. So stay tuned.
Mother, I attract. I am. I am. I am. I am. I am. I am attractive. And I am. I attract. I attract. Causing a distraction. Blinding your eyes and blurring your vision. I am free. I attract. Come to your need. I attract. Get your mind at ease. Succeed. Mother. Succeed. Cause I attract. Don't react. I am. Don't hold back. I am the man. Cause I attract. And that's a fact. Dignity. Attract. Mother. I attract. I attract. Mother. Mother. Succeed. I attract. Cause I attract. Free yourself. The way to freedom is through the mind. Free yourself. Get the knowledge, train your eye. Meditate. Liberate. Educate. Freedom.
Yo, we are back. We are back. We are back. We are back. So even just going back to being hoodwinked, we look back over the last 2 years since May 25th, because I know for a lot of people just started paying attention around George Floyd. But there was so much other things before that I think people were not paying attention to, especially me being one of them, that really are biting us in the ass now, because I feel like if we were educated, we wouldn't be in the position that we're in. There's a lot of this stuff that we could have stopped instead of listening to these lies and bullshit. Call it what it really is, because they wordplay us. They wordplay us all the time. They wordplay us, and people want to say, it's election time, it's election season. Well, let me call it what it is. They call it a cycle, election cycle, because November 8th will come. November 9th starts a whole new election cycle. So I want people to remember this. So, doesn't matter who we vote for. I'm just going to be 100% honest. Doesn't matter if you vote blue. Doesn't matter if you vote red, right? They're feathers of the same bird.
Yep.
They're still fighting for white supremacy, just different ways. You know how they always say that we all have the same journey, we just have different routes? Well, it's the same shit.
Yep.
Same shit. They just do different wordplay. See, one is one of them that'll stab you behind your back, but the other one, you just get what you see is what you get. But yeah, with the Democrats, they like to wear that mask. I feel like the mystery team sometimes.
Yep.
Because when we do get to the core of the problem, we find out it's an ally. It's an ally that's causing the problem that is going on in our communities.
Right.
But yet blame the other side. So isn't that being hoodwinked?
Talk about it.
Aren't we being
Hoodwinked.
played? You know, they talk about the crack epidemic, right? Biden just supposedly I can't even say really fixed it, but made it better. But who started it? He did. The Democrats. Why our kids are being incarcerated at a rate and being left behind in school? Democrats. But y'all want to get mad because Trump gave y'all 1,200. Shouldn't we be mad that Obama gave us just only cell phones? And some insurance that doesn't even really help? That most places don't even take anymore? So how does Obamacare really even help? They say they give us affordable housing. What the fuck is affordable? Because most people don't even have an affordable job. They don't even have an affordable wage at their job. I know people out in California that are complaining about gas prices, talking about they make $15 an hour, but yet pay $9 a gallon. What the hell are you going to work for? Shit. Oh, fuck. You better move to Minnesota where if you got kids, they'll take care of you. Shit. Well, I can't even really say that because we got all these homeless people. We got all these homeless families. And yet, where's our allies? They worried about an election. They worried about out here sucking up so that they can get your vote, even though nothing they promising you is gonna happen. The Republicans stopped it. They stopped it. That's the excuse. Right now is not the right time.
Oh,
When isn't the right time to fight racism?
That's right.
Like if not now, then when? If not us, then who?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like why do we always want to pass the buck? Why do we always want to blame somebody else? Why, instead of pushing off what we can deal with tomorrow, when we can deal with it today? I don't understand it. To me, that's procrastination. I feel like we procrastinating a lot. And that's by policy. You know, you hear a lot of, and you won't hear this from a lot of Black people, but you will hear this from some, that the Civil Rights Act hurt Black people more than it helped us. I really do look at it that way now. Like, how much did that really help? How much did the 13th Amendment help? Because if you look at the wordage, it screwed us. And because we don't have no generational wealth,
Yep.
we are slaves.
Yep.
They just sent us to prison because it's not about re-educating. It's not about rehabilitating. It's about labor. It's about, prison is $1 billion business. And I said that, business, because it shouldn't be a business.
But it is.
That's why they got rid of the youth programs. Because, why put money into them now when we'll make more money off them later? That's why they allow these charges to add up. That's why they let people all go reoffend. Oh yeah, we'll get them on a couple. That way we can boost them up. Then they got 3 strikes you out.
It reinsures that they have an endless supply of people that they can just go pick at.
Right. And what? But see, here's the thing: people don't understand. Who is the people they go pick on? Poor people, and there's more poor black people than anything because we don't have no generational wealth. We started from nothing, and we still have nothing. The same way when they passed the Proclamation of Emancipation, right, that supposedly freed us, we still are no better generational wise, buying power wise, land wise, because every time we try to come up and do something, they come in there and they take it. They come in there and snatch it and tell us, no, you guys don't need this. You're going to want this train. We're going to get rid of these projects. We're going to get rid of this and we're going to bring nicer housing in here. They just don't tell you, you're not going to have the opportunity to afford this or be able to move back here.
Yep.
We'll put you on Bloomington. We'll put you out in Richfield. We'll put you out somewhere nice. You know what I'm saying? Or we'll move you out to the boonies. Nicer. Ain't no more gun violence. You got to worry about that.
But you're taking away from all the resources, the culture that you're used to having, that you deserve to have.
Why don't people even realize of that, what they're trying to do to the inner cities? Like, we have not very many options for grocery stores.
Yep.
We have an Aldi's and a Cub, which is overpriced. And I think it was 2 weeks ago, we played a clip from Mayor Frey talking about that it was easier to get a gun than a fresh apple in certain parts of Minneapolis. And, people were looking at him funny, but when I really think about that, he ain't lying.
Mm-hmm. Not at all.
He ain't lying. Because where the hell can you go get some fresh fruit from? I can't walk to my corner store. They got some zoom zooms and wham whams, but they don't have no produce. They don't got no fresh produce. But I walk outside of here, I can get a gun. Everybody's selling one. I'm gonna get a dime bag of. I can go get some pills quicker than I can go get some produce.
Wow.
But not like that anywhere else. I go out to the suburbs and I'm gonna definitely get me a fresh apple before I'm gonna get me a fresh hot stolen gun.
Right.
Or a gun that got bodies on it. So you tell me who's getting with no Vaseline.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? While we go vote blue. You vote any of the parties, you getting fucked. One's just, the only difference is with the Democrats, they put a little lube on there. They make it that they don't make it hurt so bad. You know what I'm saying? But with the Republicans, they just gonna do it dirty. They don't give a fuck. Give me that ass. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. For real.
But with the Democrats, they want to wine and dine. They want to put on some lube, maybe put on a condom. But the Republicans and I'm sorry I'm using sexual antics here, but we could even use it with food-wise too, because with the Democrats, they want to give you the steak and lobster, where the Republicans just want to give you maybe a hot dog and some potato chips.
Right.
Ain't neither one of them good for you. To be honest, ain't neither one of them, depending on what kind of meat. When it comes to the steak, seafood, some people allergic. I ain't allergic. I ain't ever seen nobody be allergic to a ramen noodle.
Yeah, I fuck with it though. Yeah.
Or some chicken noodle soup.
For real. Can't go wrong.
Hell no.
Real.
Well, I sure the hell don't want no steak tartare. The
Nope.
fuck is that?
I'm good.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the one thing that I don't understand is like you go to these, especially like downtown, you go to any downtown area in a big city, and what you have violence up the ass. Because I know in downtown Minneapolis, This weekend was off the Tuesday. We had 2 mass shootings on Friday. But mainstream media ain't talking about that. They want to talk about Kyrie Irving shares anti-Semitic documentary, but they don't tell you where he shared it from. Amazon. We're not gonna give you the whole story. We're just gonna give you a narrative.
Right.
Just like MPD and Mayor Frey say that George Floyd died from a medical emergency, not by the hands of his officers. But see, they don't bring that part up when they talk about all of this shit. They don't talk about how the city of Minneapolis murdered George Floyd. They don't want to talk about how George Floyd was murdered. They don't want to talk about how the reasonings. They don't want to talk about. They want people to forget about Derek Chauvin. They want people to forget about the people that trained Derek Chauvin. They don't want to talk about Chief Arredondo. They want to get rid of that. They don't want to talk about the culture. Because I'll tell you right now, out of the how many ever officers we have right now, I can guarantee it, 90% of the ones that are still here, we're still here when Chauvin was here. So let's talk about that. If we're talking about a culture, are we just that? Because I thought if there was one bad apple, usually the whole group was bad. Or does that only qualify for black people? Because I thought the apple don't fall far from the tree. So if we're talking about trees, Chauvin wasn't even in the 4th precinct. He was in the 3rd. So that's South Minneapolis, but the racist ass Christmas tree was over north. So how did that apple come all the way over north if it was over south? It's because the apple, that tree is everywhere, every police department.
Right.
Doesn't matter. You know, I hype up, I can't even say I hype up the new police chief in Minneapolis because I don't. It might sound like it. I know I'm not going to sit there and say that he's a piece of shit. But I still stand with all cops are bad until he shows me that he can fire a bad cop or that he can't change the culture. He wants to keep some of these bad cops still on. Then I know that all the shit that he was up there spewing was bullshit. But I can't really put him to the test until he puts on that Minneapolis police chief badge, which is a couple of days away, because I'm going to be on his ass.
As you should.
You know what I'm saying?
Should, yeah.
He put some checks out there the other day. So I will be coming to cash them. I will be coming to cash them. And he, you know, like everybody says, I'm putting that man just like we put Biden to the test the first 100 days, because there's a lot you can get done in 100 days. So I'm gonna allow him the 100 days. So he's got 100 days to cash that check. So I'm gonna see it because he's got a council behind him that believes in it. So we'll see if they do it or not, because I believe that what he
assume that when time passes that people forget about stuff and then they won't have to be held accountable.
Yeah, because we got to understand there's a system. We want everything fast, but that's not the way that it happens, because that's why we have a system. And do I always agree with the system? No. But that system is in play, if played right, to work in my advantage. It might be years down the line, but that system is in play to make things equal. Now, politics is what makes it not equal. Or a person's comprehension, or the way what religion can sway a person or what they're reading, because we can all read the same paragraph. It's how we understand that paragraph.
Right.
How we comprehend it. So I really want people to think about that on Motivational Monday. Um, this week, we're really going to talk a lot about roots. And when I mean roots is I'm kind of glad that this Hebrew to Negroes, whatever, I never knew about it till just yesterday. Uh, but I want to get into because I think this is really a good time to get into education, and I want to go into the makings of a Negro slave. I want to talk about the Willie Lynch letter. Um, so tomorrow, that's something that we are really going to break down for a couple of days. We're going to get into the Willie Lynch letter. Yep, Truthful Tuesday. Um, So just be prepared that the next couple of days, we're just really going to get into Willie Lynch uh, and the makings of a slave and just understanding what is the cause and what is the solution to our problem. Um, any closing notes, Dontel?
Nah, my brother, I think you really said a lot today. Thank you. I'm sorry I'm so quiet, but I just been sitting back, just listening. I think the one thing we need to take away from everything that was discussed today is that it's all about perception and experience and respecting people's realities. And one of the things that we also have to acknowledge is that people in control will use wordplay to create division. And that is the epitome of what we are witnessing as what happened to the young man that you're speaking of, Kyrie. And also just what we've been talking about lately in general, not with Kanye West, but just cancel culture at large, I guess, if you will. So it's just something for people to think about. Definitely go check out the Twitter post. I will post it in the comments right now for y'all to check it out. And just challenge yourself to think a little broader and do some research. Um, I'm not sending you down rabbit holes of unfounded stuff, just actual things. So just be careful. But yeah, Chaz, yo, I appreciate you. Um, you're tuning into the Urban Conservative. Appreciate all of y'all.
Yeah, so thank you for, I'm Chaz Neal, Black Lives in the Streets, and I'm the Community Communications Analyst Advisor. Until next time, meditate through the pain and celebrate the ties that bond, liberate our people, and educate our youth so we can stop the bloodshed. Be the change. Win or fail, freedom or jail, heaven or hell, wish me well.